So this is a little video about food prep and how to find best food and use the kitchen. So orientate yourself, nosy in the cupboard, work out where things are. There are some labels in some places. So for example, the bag that's Beth's lunch bag that's on the shelf, you can see there, it's got a little label on it that says place the empty bag here. Obviously when it's got food, it's in the fridge. So I'm just going to show you how to locate the food. So in the fridge, you should have in the door the cranberry juice and the milk, and on the top shelf grapes. If there's none of those things there, or one of them's missing, if it's cranberry juice, it will be in the spare cupboard, which I'll show you in a minute. If there's no grapes or blue milk, then feel free to come and ask us, or look in the fridge in the main kitchen. But I normally are quite good at keeping it topped up. Then you can see all these bottles of food. So I've just prepped 2 days worth of food for Beth. Every bottle of food is labelled with the food that it is. Please make sure you check the label and only use the food that it is relating to. So we've got SAM for morning snack, L for lunch, we've got SPM for afternoon snack, and we've got T for tea. So make sure that you take the right one. Check particularly between the SPM and the SAM. Normally the SAM is in the smaller bottle and the SPM is in the larger bottle, but that's not a hard and fast rule. If you've got food, please put it on the bottom shelf, just to keep things separate. If Beth's lunch bag has already been pre-packed, it will be sitting in the fridge on the shelf as well, with normally the morning and the morning snack and the lunch in it already. But if you're in and around the house, or you're responsible for whether you're going out or not, then you need to take the food from here. Always take from the front shelf. Don't muddle things around, because sometimes they're put in date order, so the oldest is at the front, ready to use first. So please take them in the right order. When you need to get spares, you come to the cupboard underneath the microwave, and you've got Weetabix there, and you've got spare cranberry juice, and you've got all your feeding tubes. So just to be clear, the items that go in this bottle are the things that are used for food and for feeding. So you've got feeding tubes, syringes, and then you've got your water or flush bottles and your food bottles. So when they've been washed up, please wash them up. Feel free to leave them to dry on the draining rack, but then if you can put them back in here at the end, so that we don't have the draining rack just full of things. They don't need drying, just shake them off once they're a bit dry, throw them in this box. However, what doesn't go in here is the syringes for medicine. So anything smaller than a 60ml syringe needs to go into the other room and into the medicine cupboard. If you're not sure how to make up the food, we have got instructions. So on the inside of this door is a table which shows you what happens at what times. There's more detailed instructions on how to make breakfast, but it also tells you how much flush you'll be using for each one. So do make sure you just check that if you're not sure. The instructions for making breakfast are on the inside of this cupboard, and there's a picture diagram as well about how to use the blender and the NutriBullet and how to make things up. If you've used bottles for medicine and the medicine's empty, leave them on the side and they'll get washed up at the next round, and the cardboard can go in the recycling. So underneath the kitchen sink is a small bin. It's a little tappy thing to open it. You can put anything in there. Someone's actually put paper in there, so that's recyclable. So that can go in the recycling there. Recycling, please fill it up. I will empty it regularly. But make sure that you've washed anything out, so it's not got food that's going off or attracting flies or anything. The other final thing just to say about washing up is this tap can take quite a while. It does take quite a while for the hot water to come through. So the feed comes from a house, so it takes a while for it to get here. So try to think about when you need to run the hot water. So only run the hot water when you've got a load of things to wash up. So our suggestion is during the night, bring medicines through and leave the med tray here. Don't wash them up. Everything does need to be washed in hot soapy water. So don't just rinse things out onto the cold tap, because that's not clean enough. So hot soapy water, leave the meds from the night onto the side. In the morning when you've prepped the breakfast, give the blade a quick rinse, leave it on the side with other things, and then run some water at one single point ready to wash up all of that, the night stuff and the morning breakfast stuff, and then do the same through the day. Put things in one all together so that you don't waste hot soapy water and lots of water running down the sink. The other thing, just to say while we're in the kitchen, is you've got the kettle. Please feel free to use any of the things that are left on the shelf for you. If you're here regularly and you want to bring your own, I don't know, jar of hot chocolate, feel free to stick it on the shelf as well. Or something permanent like that, or you need a secret stash of biscuits in the cupboard, that's absolutely fine. Just label them up so we know whose is who. If you leave something in the fridge, and obviously please feel free, but if you want to leave something because you're coming tomorrow as well, just stick a label on it. I'm going to put a Sharpie pen in the drawer here with all the other implements. There's also spares in this drawer. I'm just going to go and top it up now. So we've got spare bin bags, clean tea towels and dishcloths, and there will be spare kitchen roll as well. That's just been replaced, so it's not up to date. And the final thing I was going to say is the kettle. If you make a hot drink and you've got a bit of water left in that you've boiled, pour boiling water into this jug. And this jug keeps the cooled boiled water in it ready to top up Beth's humidification system and the bag that hangs next to her vent. So keep popping it in there. Try not to overfill that. If you do have a bit more left over, then just add it into the the jar of water there, and then we can keep using that to top up Beth's supplies. Thank you.